adjectives are related to the noun. How adjectives are related to the noun. So within noun, I told you that how we use how we have gender and number in the exercise. Sorry, in the noun. So that same thing is being followed in the adjective also, gender and number. So you have to see what will be the gender and number of the noun, and accordingly you have to select. The other thing which I told you that in Spanish, generally noun comes first and then we put adjectives. Okay, this is what we do. So this is generally it happens, but later on means in some places you may find it a little bit different, like adjective can be put even before the noun, but the cases are very few. So you will see anyway. So let me just give you this question number 1, okay, as one of the example. How do you do it? The adjectives are already given in this whole exercise from 1 to 12. Whatever adjectives are used, it is all given on the top. Okay, so only these 3 adjectives are being used repeatedly, okay, in different forms. So the first is the tall boy. Okay, so boy is Chico. Okay, it's a masculine noun, so I should use the article L for the. Okay. And for tall, the word is given alto or alta. So alto is masculine, alta is feminine. So according to the noun, it should be a masculine adjective, so it will be el chico alto. Okay. Same way, the second one, the comical girls. First of all, girls, what do we use? Chicas. Okay. So accordingly, you have to choose the correct article. So it should be las. Okay. And for comical, the word is given either comico or comica. But depending upon the noun, which is a feminine and plural, I should use comicas. So that is what you have to keep in mind. So I am just leaving these 10 for all of you to complete now, and I will ask any one of you in some time. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes I will start asking one by one. So first do this first part, this part only, then we will move on to the second part. Okay, so let us start the discussion. So I will ask questions from basically I would like to know from question number 3 because 2 is already done. So 3, 4, and 5. So let me start with somebody who is here. So Samarth, can you do this number 3, 4, and 5?
Yes, sir. So am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Sir, La Chica, a blonde, I don't know the word. I missed it.
It is already given here, na blonde.
Okay, Rubio. Ruby A, because that's
Rubia.
a female.
That's the number
Female.
next.
Las Chicas Alta.
Uh, Chicas, Alta.
Alta.
The 5.
El Chico Comicos.
Chico, will it be plural or singular?
Comico.
So because here it
Yes.
is just one boy we are talking about, that's why it will be singular.
Yes, sir.
Now let us go
Then
to
La
the
Chica
last
Alta.
letter. One of the other student ask, thanks Samarth. Uh, yeah. mm, Lokesh, can you tell me? Lokesh Misra. Yes, 7, 8, and 9. Lokesh. Lokesh Misra, can you hear me? Yeah, Lokesh, can you hear me? Please respond. I cannot hear you. Yeah, Lokesh, you have to speak. I cannot hear you. No, I.
So he has sent a message in the chat saying his mic is not working. He'll try rejoining.
Okay. Okay, so let me rejoin. So let me go to some other student. Uh, sorry, Rishika Basu, can you tell me the answer?
Hello.
Yes. Yeah, Lokesh, are you back?
Yes, sir. Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible. So can you tell me the 7, 8, and 9?
Yes, sir. One second, sir. So for the seventh one, we have the blonde boys. So for that, we have Los Chicos Rubios.
So, so, yes, okay, next one.
For the next one, the Comica girl. So La Chica Comica.
Uh, uh, okay, and number
And for
9.
the comical boys, we have Los Chicos Comicos.
So, chicos, cómicos.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go to the last 3, 10, 11. Yeah, Rishika, can you hear me? Rishika Basu? Rishika, can you hear me? I want you to respond. Rishika?
Yes, sir. Were you calling for Pritika?
Yes. Rishika, you can try the last 2.
Sir, can you hear me?
రే వాటర్ బయట నువ్వు అటువైపు ఉంటే ఇటువైపు అడుగు తినాలా
Satvik? Kritika, you can try 10, 11, and 12. Kritika, you can try. Well, what is this confusion? I don't understand. When I'm calling the name, people are not speaking. When I get into some other person, then they start speaking. First of all, I'm locking the meeting. Okay, you people are creating mess. Yeah, Pritika, can you hear me? Or Rishika, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So Pritika, tell me the answer for the last three.
Okay,
Three
the
words.
10th one would be El Chico Rubio.
El Chico Rubio.
The next
Okay.
one is Los Chicos Altos.
Los Chicos Altos. And then the last one.
Las Chicas Rubias.
Las Chicas Rubias. Very good. So this is how we are doing it. I hope all of you understood how we are using it. Thanks, Kritika. Now this Rishika is not there, so I think I should kick her out from the meeting. And if she
Sir, can you
messages,
hear me?
okay. So after a long time, you are able to say something. When I asked, and I said that I will just remove you from the meeting. Where were you? I was calling you for the last 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so she's gone. So now she will not be able to enter then. Okay, so then there is this second part, okay, second part of this question, which is more or less the same. Okay, if you see questions are not very different, means you again you have to write down them in Spanish, and but the thing is, different words are used and different adjectives have been used in most of these expressions. So, and also you have to see the articles which are being used here. Okay, so I hope you remember with the articles meaning in Spanish and as well as in English, because you have to be very careful with that. So, like for example, number one, it is the cold ice cream. So, the cold ice cream. So, ice cream word is given here, helado. Okay, helado, and it is the article is the, so it should be el, which we have to use here. Okay, el helado, and cold will be frio. Okay, so frio is used by because the noun is masculine. So in the same way, all these 9 questions you have to write them in Spanish. So all of you please do it. I'm just giving you 5 minutes to do it. Okay, fast, do it. And if you have any questions, like if any difficulty if you are facing in the exercise, please ask me. Most of the words we have already done. Okay, if you go through your notes, you will find most of these words. So it should not be a problem. But still, if you don't have, then you can ask me.
Sir, can you tell what's the word for some?
I told you go through your notes of articles. Okay, so the indefinite article which we have done, the plural indefinite article refers to this meaning some.
Okay.
Okay. If you are using any other word for this exercise right now, that means you are basically using Google Translate. You're not doing it yourself. So I will see who all are doing right themselves and who are taking help from Google Translation.
Excuse me, sir.
Hmm.
Is door a masculine word or a feminine word?
The word is given there, no? Puerta. So you can yourself decide what it will be. It is not part of that exception rule. Okay, so just keep it
Understood.
simple. Yeah. Okay, so let us start the discussion of these questions. So I will do in a group of two, like two questions I will ask to one student so that I can cover more number of students. So the second question, first is already done. It is a short boy. Okay, so let me ask somebody again. Yeah, that girl is there. Rishika is there, or she's still out? Can you respond, Rishika? Rishika Basu. Okay, fine. Okay, I will come to some other student then. If she's not responding, I think I will come to. Oh, Aman, can you try?
So did you just say Aman?
Yeah, Aman. Tell
Okay,
me.
Sir,
sure.
Number
which
2 and 3.
Oh, right, there are two Amans. Which Aman?
Aman Anand, I'm asking.
Okay, sure.
Okay, sir.
So the second one is a short boy. Un chico bajo.
Okay, un chico bajo. Okay, and the next one?
And third one is some white cars. Unos coches blancos.
Unos coches blancos. Very good. So you have used unos very correctly and blancos as per the word coaches, which is plural. Thank you. So with this, I am moving to student, and the other Aman, can you try?
Yes, sir.
And
Sir, for fourth one, the angry professor, El Profe Enojado.
el profesor. Okay, el profesor enojado. It should be. So I'm writing here el profesor enojado. Okay, and then number 5. Tell me.
The tall mountains would be La Montana Alta.
First of all, it is mountains. So what do you think? Don't you think it
Sir,
should be
Las Montanas Altas.
las montañas? Listen to the pronunciation. It is montañas, not ter. It is the. That Hindi word. So it is montañas altas. Okay.
Yes, sir. And
Next
sixth.
one, let me ask some other student. Okay, I just
Okay,
needed
sir.
to. 4 and 5 is done. Let us come to 6 and 7. So 6 and 7. Okay. Samar, can you try? Samar Nakvi.
Yes, sir. So sixth and seventh, right? So sixth will be una puerta abierta.
Una puerta abierta, very good.
And so seventh will be unos amigos nuevos.
Unos amigos nuevos.
Or
So
sir,
here
unas amigas nuevas.
exactly. So the gender was not specified, so you could have used both, which you already told me. Very good. So it can be unas amigas also, and then it will be nuevas. So in this question, the gender was not specified for friends, so it could be both. But if someplace it is specified, so you have to be careful with that. Okay, thank you.
Sir, would the same
Yeah.
apply for the fourth as well? Like fourth could be
Number
La
four
Profesora
is-
Enojada, right?
You can do that. I didn't see that question actually completely. Yeah, it could be La Profesora and then Enojada can be used. Okay, good. Good observation. 8, 9, and 10. So let me ask Satvik, can you tell me the answer for 8, 9, and 10? Can you hear me? Satvik, can you hear me? Okay, so then I will go to some other
Hello?
person. Yeah,
Hello?
Satvik, are you awake?
Yes, sir.
So what happened to you?
The mic was not switching on, sir. I
Okay,
tried
so now
pressing
it is switching on. So tell me the answer for 8, 9, and 10 correctly.
8, 9. Sir, eighth one, the little girl. La Nina Pequena, sir.
Where did you get Nina?
The girl, sir. Girl.
But did I tell you Nina?
Actually, I learned that from Duolingo, sir.
Okay, fine. So it should be Nina, but for now you just remember Chica. Okay, I'm not
Chica, sir.
asking you to forget this. Nina. When you say Nina, no, it is for
Yes, sir.
very small girl. Okay, small boys and girls. Okay, you cannot use Nina for a boy like you or for somebody who is 15 years old. Okay, so it will be La Chica and Pequeña.
Okay, sir. Chica. I got it.
La Pequeña. Okay, number 9, tell me.
Ninth one, the small class. La clase pequeña, sir.
La clase pequeña. So some of you might be thinking, should we use la? It will be yes, because clase is an exception. It is a feminine noun. So it should be la clase and then pequeña according to the noun. And then number 10 also, tell me.
A new dress. Un nuevo vestido.
How can you use adjective before it? Has to come after the noun only, no? So it should be un
Un
vestido
vestido nuevo, sir.
nuevo. Okay. So
Okay.
this is how we do. Okay, thank you. So I hope
Thank you,
all
sir.
of you understood how have any question?
Sir, I have a doubt with the sixth one. Like this word puerta was in the list of both masculine or feminine. So since it's an inanimate object, won't we be using masculine for this one?
No, no, no. Who told you that you can put it in the both masculine and feminine both? No, you cannot put it. Here the simple rule will be applied that it's an I ending, so it will be feminine. That's it. That
So but it's a TA ending, no? Like for the TA ending words, it was either masculine or feminine, and depending on the situation.
but you have anything like that? I told you have to apply sometimes your common sense. No? So I told estudiante, I told you artista, I told you poeta, I told you cantante. So these are nouns where there exist the two genders. Okay, a student can be male and female, artist can be male and female, and a singer can be male and female. Okay, so there is a existence of opposite gender, but with the word puerta, which is door, there is nothing like that. Okay, so there you just have to apply that thing that it's an I ending, so it will be a feminine noun. That's it. Okay, even that MAPATA thing which I told earlier, I told you that you just limit yourself to those examples which I gave you at that particular moment. Okay, do not include anything new in that list right now. So That's why I'm telling you again, this puerta will be la puerta, not el. Okay,
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
thank you. So now from here, what we are doing, we are moving on to the next part, or you can say the next topic, which is going to be interesting, I believe. So let us see that. So the next topic which we are going to start is actually, you can say, uh, somewhat similar to the verb ser. Okay, what we have learned, but not completely. And it will also clear some of your doubts which you may be having when we discussed about, when we talked about, what do you say, that the greetings. Okay, there were few expressions used which were completely unknown to you, means you could not relate it to the things which we have already done. So now you will be able to relate to those things. So the verb which we are going to start today is estar. Okay, it is estar verb, and the verb estar, if you see the meaning, okay, it is exactly like the verb ser. Okay, I mean the original form is also to be, and ser original form is also to be. Okay, and when you conjugate the verb estar like the verb ser, it will also refer to those meanings as is, am, and are. Okay, so this is the similarity which is there of the verb estar and between verb estar and ser. Okay, but still, you might be thinking, if it is giving you the same meaning, then why is there need of having another verb with the same meaning in Spanish? So there is a reason for that. Okay, so we will come to that part a little bit later. Okay, that reason part why we are having a verb estar. But right now, we will try to understand how do we use it. I mean, how will you use the verb estar with different subjects? That is what we have seen with the verb ser also. We have done with the verb tener also. Like there were 6 forms of the verb ser. There were 6 forms of the verb tener. Similarly, there will be 6 forms of the verb estar also. I mean with different subjects. So for example, if it is subject is yo, the verb form estar changes to estoy. Okay, and it becomes I am. So that same I am which you were having for yo soy. Huh? So that was also referring to I am. So this one is also referring. I told you in English it will be giving you the exact similar meaning. Okay, so don't worry about that. Second one is tu. So with tu, the form becomes estas, which is referring to the meaning you are. Okay. Then comes the third one, which is el. Okay, ella. Okay, el, ella. And then you are putting a noun also here. So with all of these three, the form of estar becomes esta. Okay. And then with the form, with the verb, sorry, with the subject nosotros or nosotras, the form of estar becomes estamos. So it will be again be referring to the meaning we are, like nosotros somos. Then you have vosotros, and with vosotros, the form of estar will be estáis. You can see some places I am putting this accent on the letter A, okay, or letter A of Spanish. So you have to put that, you cannot just ignore it. Okay, this is you all are. Then comes the last part, which is ellos, okay, ellas, and nouns. So with all of these three, the form of estar becomes están. Okay, so this is what happens with the verb estar in Spanish. I mean, whenever you are getting a particular subject, you have to use that particular form of the verb estar, which is given over here. Okay, so this is not very difficult. The only thing is you have to remember the 6 forms, like you have done with the verb ser, with the verb estar also. and with the verb with the verb tener also, and similarly you have to do with the verb estar also. Now here I have to just tell you a little bit small thing. There was a pronoun we have used usted earlier. Okay. If you remember the greetings, there we have used usted. So what is basically usted and how do we use it in Spanish? That is something I have to tell you. Okay. So before understanding that, let us completely understand this part tu. Okay. So tu is basically you. But within that, there is a small, you can say, clarification I have to give you, that when you say tu and it refers to you, that actually is referring to an informal you. Okay. So when this particular word or this particular pronoun can be used when you are very much informal or very close to that person. Okay. If you understand Hindi a little bit, most of you must be knowing, but even those who understand a little bit, this is basically tum. Okay, in Hindi you have tum, so that is what it refers to. Usted is actually same like you. Okay, it also refers to you, but it is formal. Okay, it is a formal one. I mean, when you are giving respect to somebody in second person, then only you use usted. Okay, then only you use usted. So it is basically you, formal. And in Hindi, if you find an exact word, it will be aap. Okay, if you know a little bit, then it will be aap. So there is usted and then there is tu. In English, you have same meaning you, but uses are different. One is for a formal situation and another is for informal. However, in this category of this distribution of subject into first person, second person, and third person, where do we put usted? Actually, it has to be put also in this category. You cannot just leave it as it is. I mean, if you are using usted, then you have to use some verb also, either ser, tener, or estar. So what happens is, tu is already there in second person singular. We actually put usted in the third person category. Okay. So when we put it in third person category, it does not mean it will have a different meaning. It will still be you. Okay. It will still be you. So you need not be confused with some other meaning. Okay. Usted is still you, but for convenience, we are putting it in the third person category, third person singular. Because if you are putting usted here with the second person, there could be some confusion in that case. Okay, so it's clear that confusion that has been put in the third person singular category. The other thing which you have to also know is that there is a plural of tu, which we already know and have already used. It is vosotros. So, similarly, there is the plural of usted also, which is basically ustedes. Okay, so vosotros is you all. Okay, ustedes is also you all. But within that, what is that? It is used for formal situation and it is used for informal situation. Okay. So, like what has happened here with usted, something similar will happen here also. So, I will put ustedes in the third person plural category. So, with ustedes, this is what you will use, están. Whenever there is a situation, you are asked to use. So, the three verbs which we have used, if we have to use those verbs with the with the subject usted, then it will be like that. Usted es, okay. And if it is the verb tener, then it will be usted tiene. And if it is the verb estar, then it will be usted está. Okay. Similarly, with ustedes also, we have to use ustedes son, the third person plural conjugation. And with for the tener verb also, third person plural, it will be ustedes tienen. And with the verb estar, we will be using ustedes están. Okay, so this is how we are using it. So based on that, even the greetings which we have done earlier, there also we have done a slight change. So the first question which we had was, ¿Cómo estás tú? Wasn't it? How are you? So this was, I told you that this is informal way to ask somebody how is he, because we are using to here also. So accordingly, we are using estás. The other expression I gave you was by using the subject usted. So accordingly, everything has to change. So if you see here, it was usted is usted está. So in the question, it should come first. So como está usted? Okay. So this is also same. How are you? But this is for the formal one. I mean, if you want to know how is a person who is elder to you, who is senior to you, then this is what you should use. If he is of your age, you can use como estás. But here it is como está usted. The other expression was also given. Okay, so accordingly you can all use it as per the situation. Okay. So I hope all of you understood this basic thing about the verb estar as well as the subject or the pronoun usted. Okay. So always
Excuse me.
remember this.
Uh, when we were doing greetings, you had told us a phrase, "Como te llamas tú?" What is your name? But when we had shifted that to a respectful one, we had used "Como se llamas usted?"
Como se llama usted?
"Como se llama usted?" Sorry, my bad. So
Yeah.
when we're using usted, we are changing the form of te to say, like, does that work with every sentence, or is that?
Yeah, it happens like that has changed that te llamas to se llama because of subject being usted. Okay, but the whole, I can say the grammar rule, if you want to know, you have to wait a little bit. Okay, I cannot start that thing right now in this particular class because it will be too much for all of you. Okay, so once
Yes,
we will come to that part, no, then I will explain you. But for now, you just understand that we changed from te llamas to se llamas because of that subject being usted. Okay, there is no other reason for that.
yes, sir, understood.
Yeah. Now, any okay, so let me give you a small exercise. Okay, this exercise is simple. Okay, you just have to fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verb. Just give me 30 seconds. Yeah. So in this exercise, what you have just done, you have to do the same thing. Okay. So let me share it directly with you. Not very difficult. Okay, whatever I have explained you, you just have to do the same part. I mean, you have to identify what is the subject and put the correct form of the verb. Okay, so I'm just giving you 5 minutes to do this particular exercise because I don't want you to write down the whole question. If you can just write down the answer, I mean, what form of a star you have to use, that will be enough. Okay, do it. So if some of you still do not have remembered or did not write the form of a star, I'm writing it over here again. So starting with the first one, estoy, then estás, then it is está, estamos, estáis, and están. Okay, so these are the 6 forms. So based on that, you can do all this. In the next class, what we will do is we will try to understand what is the difference between the verb ser and estar. I mean, although I told you that the meaning is same, but still there is a reason we are using two different verbs in Spanish. So I will tell you that reason why we are using two different verbs like ser and estar for the same meaning in English. Okay, then you will be able to you will be clear with their uses correctly. Otherwise, it will be a blunder if you are using it at any place. So let us start the discussion again. So let me start with someone. Yeah, Vrinda, can you hear me? Can you tell me the answer for the first two questions, 1 and 2?
So can you?
Yes, I can hear you, Vrinda.
Sir, I think I'm not sure of the first one. I think it should be ESTA.
Okay,
And
why
the
did you
second
choose
one?
extra? Just a second. First of all, read the whole sentence. That is the first thing which I want from anyone. Let
All
us be
right, sir.
clear.
All right, sir. Yes. Los libros está en la biblioteca.
Okay, why did you use esta? Any particular reason?
Sir, because of the noun,
Because
and
of
we
the
use
noun.
ESTA
It is a singular noun or
books.
is it a plural?
It's plural, sir.
So if it is a plural noun, so where do we use the plural noun? Where do we put it? Do we put it here?
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
If I'm not wrong.
Yes, so then why can't you make the correction yourself? So los libros, because what you said is esta.
Estas, sir.
Estas is here. How can you choose that estas? I'm telling you that where do we put noun plural? We put noun plural in third person singular. Sorry, third person plural. So this is basically the third person plural form of the verb estar. No, that is
Oh,
what you
right,
have
sir.
to use.
I'm sorry, I got it. Estan. Yes, sir.
Exactly. So it will be los libros están en la biblioteca. So
Yes, yes.
biblioteca is library. Okay.
Yes, sir. Got it. Yes, sir.
Number two,
Sir, it's yo estoy muy cansada.
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 Cansada is tired. Okay. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is correct. Thank you. Number 3 and 4, let me ask other person. Vineet, can you tell me?
Yes,
3 and
sir.
4.
Sevilla está en el sur de España.
Very good. So sur is south. Okay. So south. Can you tell me the meaning also now? I have given you the meaning of sur.
Sir, Sevilla is in southern Spain.
South of Spain. Okay.
South
So
of
they
Spain.
is off. They is also from, but you have to see what is the context. So in the context here, it has to be off only. Okay. And then similarly, number 4, can you tell me again?
Yes, sir. Bogotá está en el centro de Colombia.
So this one, what does it mean?
It should mean central. So Bogotá is in the center of Colombia.
Very good. Thank you. 5 and 6. Tanmay Mishra, can you tell me? Can you tell me the answer for number 5 and 6? Tanmay, can you hear me? Tanmay, I'm waiting for your response. Okay, so I'm coming to the other person. Arin Mishra, can you tell me? Arin, can you hear me? Arin, I'm asking your name. Okay, fine. So you're also not there. Good. Moving on to the Jai Bhargava, can you tell me the answer? Jai Bhargava,
Yes, sir.
the answer for the next one. 5, 6.
Sir, ella no está en el colegio.
Colegio. Okay, ella no está en el colegio. So colegio is here referring to the word. It is school. Okay, so she's not in the school. And number 6.
So, ellos estáis en el hospital publico.
Just a second.
Uh,
In here, what did you use? Estáis. Why?
estáis.
Now, ellos is which subject? First person, second person, or third person?
So, first person, sir. Third person, sir. Third person.
Third person, then third person singular or plural?
So, plural.
So then if it is plural, then how can you use the second person plural conjugation? Third
Están.
person plural is this one, no? Están.
Yes, sir,
So
están.
ellos están en el hospital. Okay.
Hospital.
And this is pronounced as porque.
For you.
Por Q, nahi, por K. K is the last part. Okay.
Sir, for qué.
And now what will you use again? Porque means because.
Esta.
Okay, you are using esta, but here actually it is referring to the same subject. So the meaning is like this, that they are in the hospital because they are sick. Okay, enfermos means sick. So
Okay, sir.
same subject we are using here in the second part, although it is not mentioned, but here it is the same, so it should be the same conjugation, which
Están.
will be están. Okay, third person plural. Now let us come to the next one, 7th and 8th. So Manan, can you tell me the answer for 7th and 8th?
Yes, sir. Sir, for seventh one, vosotros estamos en mi casa.
Vosotros is which person?
Sir, sir, second person.
Second person plural. So then, what do you think? Don't you
Estáis.
think yes,
Estáis.
it should be estáis. So vosotros estáis en mi casa. So you all are in my home. And number 8, I think it is quite easy. So tell me.
Yes, sir. Yo no estoy preocupado.
So yo no estoy preocupado. So preocupado is worried. Okay. So I am not worried. That is what it refers to. Thank you. Number. Parag, can you tell me? Parag Brahm, 9 and 10.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Parag.
Yes, sir. So it's so as it's ustedes. So it's like ustedes means you informal, plural. So it will be estias en la
No.
ciudad.
You have given me the correct explanation for ustedes. You told
Yes,
me
sir.
that it will be third person plural. We put it in the third person plural. So the third person plural form of estar, which also have to be put here, it will be estan, no?
Estan. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Estan.
Is here, no?
Oh,
Estan.
you just slide it. Yes, sir. Okay. And it's sir, Elos están en Mexico.
In Mexico. Okay, in Mexico.
Yes, sir.
So ustedes están en la ciudad, so ciudad is city. Okay. And ellos will be they are in Mexico. That's it. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
you all are in the city, they are in Mexico. Okay, so let us keep it till here. And if you have any question, just wait for 1 second. I will share the form. Okay. Then in the meantime, you can ask me the question also. Yeah, any question? Tell me. Yeah, complete the form. I have noted down the names of those students who did not respond in the class throughout. Okay, so anyway, they are not going to get any attendance for today's class. So you can tell them. And if they put the form, I will not consider it. Question is very easy, so I am sure you must be giving me the correct answer. So let us keep it till here for today. Okay, in the next class we will have the next part of this ESTAR verb, which is very important. Okay.